less stress. Because you know that we create our own stress. Hey, welcome to the Gem Monroe Show. I am your host, Gem, the business alchemist. I'm here to teach you how to live the life of your dreams, how to create the business to support that life, and how to live in alignment, flow, happiness, joy, but also success, also the strategy, also the creative direction that you need in order to complete your business and your life. With my 16 years experience in the law of attraction, my 8 years owning my health and fitness business, 5 years as a yoga and meditation teacher, and my 18 years in sales, marketing, and business development, I'm here to help you increase cash flow, execute your vision, live in that alignment and flow that we need, and give you your time back so that you can live the rich and enriched life of your dreams. So let's get into this episode. Now, I usually start my podcasts with a big good morning because I am a morning person. However, it's actually 8:45 at night, which is super uncommon for me. Well, I'm about to say I'm very strict, but obviously I'm not because look what I'm doing. But what I was going to say is I'm very strict about my timing, okay? I'm very strict with going to bed at a certain time, winding down by a certain time, having that 8 hours of sleep, getting up at a certain time, like, you know, all of that. So I've actually explained all of that. I base my rhythm off the sun and the moon, right? So Ayurvedic principles, even though we have daylight savings, so it can't be exact, but it's give or take within an hour. So, the sun sets, and that is when I start to wind down. I'm not going to go and do anything crazy, like, amp my energy up. I don't like to have clients very late. I don't really honestly like to, do a workshop or any kind of clients after 6 p.m. because it really amps me up. When I go and do workshops and I'm around a whole bunch of people, I turn it on, right? So I'm like, woo, yeah, da, 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 like full of energy, and that just wires me up. Now, my point in saying this is sometimes you just got to do what you got to do because we all run out of time, right? We all run out of this wonderful thing that we all have the same of, which is 24 hours. No one has 25, no one has 30, and we all have the same 24 hours. So it is a super common theme to feel like you're running out. You've never got enough time. There's never enough time. I don't have time. Where did the day go? I don't know what day it is. I mean, or any of these things that you say on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Chances are, if you're listening to my podcast, you probably are one of those. And it doesn't matter whether you own a boutique or if you're an entrepreneur or a manager, a boss, a worker, a retail associate, a driver, a mother, well, it doesn't matter what. We all feel like we're out of time or running out of time or that we don't have time. Do you say to yourself regularly, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do that. Someone asks you something, I don't have time. Your husband's like, hey, can you do this thing? Oh, I don't have time. When am I going to do? When am I going to have the time for that? Does this sound familiar? See what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you're a mother or an entrepreneur, okay? And oh my gosh, if you are a mother and an entrepreneur, don't know how you do it. Like, seriously, don't know how you do it. My business is my baby. I have no idea how I would do it with a kid. I'm just saying. But you do it. Okay, like I say, I don't know how, but I just would. You just do. But it's this wonderful thing, time, that we all have in common, and we don't have enough of it. And so this is where I want to tell you that there's only one way to get more time. There's only one way. And yes, we can talk about time blocking, for instance, okay? We can talk about time management. We can talk about to-dos. We can talk about, making sure that you write everything down or tick off a to-do list so you're utilizing your time better. And these are all tips and tricks, but at the end of the day, there's only one way to get more time. One way. Okay? So I'm going to share that with you. But first, I do want to talk about a couple of tips and tricks that you can do so that you are making better use of your time, okay? Because we're all running out of it. We never have enough of it, right? Okay. So, well, there's actually two things here. First, I want you to change your perception. I want you to change your perception and change the way that you are speaking about time. So if you're saying, I don't have time, you're right. Okay, because whatever we tell ourselves, we're correct, right? So, but what you're doing there is when you say, I don't have time, and you're believing I don't have time, you're putting that rushed energy out into the universe, out into the world. And so if you don't have time, guess what? You're not open to receiving. So you're closing yourself off, and you're now not open to receiving new wonderful things from coming into your life. Maybe it's new clients. Maybe it's a new opportunity. Okay, whatever it may be, maybe it's love, the love of your life, right? So whatever it may be, you're blocking your receiving flow, receiving energy when you are cutting yourself off going, I don't have, all right, time. And so the way that you're doing that, it's not just a magical thing. It's literally that you aren't open to looking at new opportunities. You aren't speaking to the right people. You aren't emailing and pitching. You're actually physically not even doing stuff. You're not doing stuff because your perception that you don't have the time to do it. So you're right, you don't have the time to do it. Okay, but it's all a priority. Time is really a priority as well. Okay, so yes, after I record this podcast, my priority is getting my butt to bed. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm focused on. Is I'm going to record this, and then I'm literally going to go and brush my teeth, and I'm going to go into bed. Now that is a priority. I could do 1,000 other things because our to-do list never ends. To-do lists never end. All right. If you're a mother, are you completely up to date on all of your cleaning and your ironing and your kids' bedroom and your packed lunches and everything else that you have to do, and then also your own self-care? Your to-do list never ends. If you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, boutique owner, the to-do list never ends. There's always something you can be doing. So it's a priority where, I teach self-care first. Self-care is number one in the GEM method. And that is a priority shift. It is a priority shift that you have to make in your life. And so that is why I'm going to go to bed after this straight away, right? And because I have to get 8 hours. I have to get 8 hours in order for me to have the energy I need to serve you all tomorrow. All right? So that is a priority. And so we do want to change our perception. So I used to say a lot, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time, right? And so I was blocking my energy. I was blocking myself off. And then I switched. I was like, I know this. I know that what I put out there in the universe is going to come back, or I know, And so I actually brought awareness to what I was doing and what I was saying. And so I started to say, I have all the time in the world. I have all the time in the world. Look at all this time. Look at all this free time. I have all the time in the world. Okay? And guess what started to happen? The first thing that happened was I just was less stressed. I had less calendar anxiety. I actually could breathe. And I slowed down just by me changing the way that I was talking about it. I have all the time in the world. I have plenty of time. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I've got all the time. I have it all. I have all the time I want. Thank you. I have all the time that I want. When I started to shift my way of thinking and the way that I was saying that, my perception, doors opened up, opportunities, new clients, new just fantastic things coming into my life, okay? But the main thing was I just instantly became less stressed when I changed the way that I looked at it. Instantly less stress. Because you know that we create our own stress. You know that our stress is literally in our brains, in our minds. We literally create all of the stress. We do not have lions running after us anymore. Okay? We are not running away from tigers. That's stress. We create it. And we're living 70% of the time in it. And it's because of our brains, our minds. We're doing it to ourselves. It's crazy. So first, I want you to change your perception. And then, yes, I want you to start looking at time blocking. Okay? Managing your time. Look at what I do. I have an Erin Condren calendar, and I can time block by the half hour. I'm not having you on here. A half hour. Okay? So I can see in half hour blocks what each day is going to look like. And I put it all in there, and then guess what I do? This is one important thing. Choose your favorite colored highlighter, and every day highlight the morning and and evening parts of the diary of your calendar, and then maybe somewhere in the middle as well. And when you go through a whole week and you've colored in with your like pink highlighter is my favorite. And I put, everything from 6 a.m. Well, now I've just recently been able to, I don't book anyone before 9 o'clock anymore, okay? Except on the odd occasion, but I don't feel like I have to, right? So I choose to now only book people after 9 o'clock, like my first Zooms and meetings and stuff like that. Now, that's only a couple times as well. There are some days where I am free till 11. Okay, finally, gone are the 4:30 a.m. mornings. Yes, I did that for years and years and years. And one of my goals, and it still is one of my goals, to not book anybody Monday through Monday, not have anything booked where I have to show up every week on a religious basis until 11 o'clock every day. And now, again, there's leeway. We've got events coming up. There's something that happens, usually on a weekly basis. But it's not, but I have that kind of rule. So anyway, so what I do is I actually pink highlight all the gaps, right, where there is no scheduled call. Now that's not like in the middle of the day, I'll do 2 hours, for lunch, and then in the mornings and in the evenings. And then maybe if there's like just a filler somewhere, like maybe a Sunday even. But when you look at your calendar, now see, I don't like electronic calendars. You can do this with an electronic calendar. You can actually, depending on what you use, but you can actually like make, block out things with color. But whether you're doing it on the computer or on a physical calendar, when you look and you see how much pink or yellow or green or whatever it is, right? But for me, it's pink. When you look at your calendar and you see all that pink, you're like, oh, wow, look at all of that me time. Rather than being overwhelmed by seeing all of the Zooms and all of the scheduled things that you have to do, you actually see a massive array of color. And even that can help with your perception of it. Even that. Yes, even if your calendar goes to 5 a.m., 3 a.m., start it at 5 a.m. You're not going to book anything, but it's just that visual. You'll look and you'll just see a lot of pink. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, wow, okay. I feel better. And then you can start saying to yourself, look at all this time that I have. Oh my gosh, I don't feel so overwhelmed. Okay. So if you need to block everything out in color, in order for you to feel like you have all the time, just so that you can change the way that you're saying or perceiving time, I really suggest you try it out. And then obviously after that, to-do lists, priorities, okay? So I really want you to, in the mornings, when you're getting yourself ready and you're getting yourself right, in the beginning of the day, the first thing that you should do is write down the this has got to be done. This is a high priority. I have to ring that person, or I have to complete this, or I have to whatever, okay? Put that first. And just do 2 big ones. Okay, just do 2. If you overwhelm yourself with, I have to do these 5 things. Okay, first off, the rebellious side of us is probably going to be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. and I'm going to do everything else but that. So you don't want to make it so hard on yourself with so much pressure. Like, I have to have these 5 things complete. Just start with 2, and then the other 4 can be, these really need to get done, but if I'm honest, they could wait till tomorrow, but so they're a priority 2, okay? So priority 1, you're gonna get those done. Like, I can almost guarantee that you will get those 2 done, and you will get through into the 2s. And so even though you were like, these could be, I could get them done tomorrow, you'll get them done in that day. It's really crazy. It's all just mind games. It's just mind games. When you take the pressure off and you get into a creative zone, or like a let's get stuff done zone, you will just hammer through them. But if you don't have them written down, you are just flying blind with all of these, 30 things to do. Nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. So write them down, right? Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. Only put at, 2 big main ones, right? For number 1. And then, 4 priority 2s, and then the rest in priority 3. You will be surprised. It's kind of like when you don't have a goal or a vision, and you're just literally letting life control you, right? The day runs you. If you don't run your day, then the day runs you, right? So if you don't have a goal or a vision, or it's somewhere to aim for, something to strive for, no direction, what are you going to get? You have no idea. We don't have no idea where you're going to be in 10 years, right? If you don't even have any kind of clue as to what you're even striving for or working towards, or what aim, right? Where are you aiming? So it's the same thing with your day. Start practicing it every single day, having some kind of direction. And I promise you, you will get stuff done. I really want to cuss, but I'm trying not to. I like the SHIT version of get done. But I won't. Keep it clean, Jim. So this brings me to the only way. These are all just management. This is just management, okay? Changing your perception, we're changing your reality. But in order to really get any more time, because we all have the same 24 hours. You have 24 hours, I have 24 hours. The one way to actually get my time back, to give me more time, is to buy somebody else's, okay? Buying somebody else's is the only way that I can give myself back time, if you want to look at it that way, right? What does that mean? It means having an assistant, having a team, okay? Hiring somebody who can take tasks and jobs out of my hands. Let's say, even for instance, hiring someone to do your laundry, okay? I don't have a cleaner. I don't pay for a cleaner. I don't do any of that, okay? But I'm using this as an example. Let's say that you're like, how can I buy my time back? Okay? And you really hate doing laundry. And so you're like, I'm gonna pay someone to do my laundry, because that is, let's say you have 5 kids, right? And you really hate doing laundry, and it would be a better use of your time to spend with your 5 children and your husband and your 3 dogs than do an hour of all of their laundry every day. Okay? Totally fine. It's all a priority, right? And you're also you're helping somebody, you're giving somebody a job, right? I think it's phenomenal. So it works all ways. It's all an energy exchange, and everybody's happy. You're doing good and you're feeling good, right? So you're giving somebody a job, something that you really don't enjoy, but someone might actually enjoy. Okay, I actually have a friend who freaking loves doing laundry. Oh my gosh, why does she have to live in North Carolina? I would totally hire her to do it because she loves it and I hate it. But I could buy her time, which would give me mine back. That hour that I could pay for gives me my hour back. Do you see that? So I have 24 hours. An hour of it is doing laundry, which I hate. So I'm going to pay somebody, buy someone else's time for them to do it for an hour, which they love, and I get my hour back. That's the only way. It's the only way to actually get your time back, is buying somebody else's. So don't feel bad. I don't want to rub anyone up the wrong way by, saying if you want to pay someone to do your laundry, pay someone to do your laundry. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And because there has been some stuff recently about somebody, and I'm not going to say any names or anything, just about the way that they were talking about hiring, like having somebody do that kind of thing. And look, maybe it's just in the way that you say it, but if somebody is wanting a job, and look, we're in 2021, plenty of people are wanting jobs right now, okay? So don't feel bad if you're like, I want this hour back every day, and you want to pay someone to do something. I'm using laundry as an example because I really hate doing laundry, but just ask my husband. But I still do it. It just takes me a while to, get around to it. It's literally the lowest of priorities for me. If it makes you feel good, and then you can show up better for other people, and you are gifting somebody a job, you are giving money to somebody, right, who needs it and who wants it, then it is literally a win-win. All right, so do it. Make everybody happy. Equal energy exchange. So that is the only way to really buy back money, is to buy back your time, and that is to buy somebody else's. Okay. Perfect case scenario here. Perfect example here is my clients are boutique owners and entrepreneurs. And guess what? One thing that they don't have any more of is time. Okay, let me tell you. All right. And guess what they do? They buy mine. They buy my time so that they don't have to do all of the things. I help them do all the things. I take tasks off their calendar and give them their time back. Okay, so this isn't even about just house cleaning or anything like that. This is literally what I do. I'm basically like the house cleaner. Okay, you are buying my time. I'm the one folding your laundry so that you don't have to do it. We're just talking about something totally different though. Okay, could be event planning, social media, brand management, workshops, business coaching, strategizing, business planning. Whatever it is that you're asking me to do, okay? And so that's the only way. And now these business owners, I'm literally giving them the gift of time, right? That is the only way. So have a look at your life and see where you can potentially buy someone's time so that you get yours back. And it's a priority thing as well. Money is just energy. Because you might say, I don't have the money too, but then you need to start looking at what you're putting your priority and your value on: money and time. And then you can go into like family, business, like all that kind of stuff. But money and time, two biggest things, right? Two things everyone always talks about. We either don't have enough of it. Well, actually, we just usually don't have enough of it. Either both of them, money or time, right? But it is. And so then it's just a priority. What's more important to you? That hour with your children? An hour extra sleep? So that you can be better every day? Or that hourly wage, or whatever that hour is going to cost in a money or a currency energy exchange? So really sit there and think about that, and look at your life, look at your business, look at your calendar, see where you can possibly buy someone else's time, and then put that value on it. You will be really surprised. I'm telling you, you'll be really, really surprised, because you'll be like, why did I not hire this person sooner to do this thing? Because as soon as you do it and that person's, taking over some things or whatever, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm happy, or I can breathe, or I'm less stressed, or you can't put a price on that. No freaking way. Can't put a price on that. So do me a favor and have a look where you can buy someone else's time, and let me know. And if you need some advice, obviously reach out, gem@gembodymind.com. You can also DM me, Instagram at gem_Munro. But it is now 10 past 9 and it is 10 past my bedtime. So good night. I love you guys, and I'll see you again next week.